Though Cassidy could have trusted one of her guys to fingerprint the cottage, she wanted to do it herself. That way, if anything was missed, she'd have only herself to blame. A scene like this should have plenty of prints. But the door handles had been wiped clean. The windowsills were clear. The kitchen counter was spotless, other than the blood. Whoever had done this had been careful to cover his or her tracks. Cassidy had even searched the outside of the cottage for blood drips leading away from the house, a sign that the victim had either been carried or somehow walked away. There was nothing. She'd searched the shower drains for any sign of blood. There were none. That made Cassidy think about the Shacklefords again. A chill traveled up her spine. Cassidy had desperately prayed Alexandria Manchester would be found unharmed. She'd prayed that Joe Manchester would awaken from his coma. She prayed that Annabeth would be reunited with them again soon. But none of those things had happened yet, and the possibilities seemed further away all the time. Grief clutched at her chest. Cassidy couldn't tell Annabeth that her mom was dead. She couldn't. She wouldn't until she knew with absolute certainty. Despite Annabeth's inability to speak, the girl was delightful. Cassidy and Ty had bonded with her quickly, maybe too quickly. Cassidy already knew a hole would remain in her heart when the girl left them one day. Doc Clemson called Annabeth's condition traumatic mutism. Cassidy didn't know what the girl had been through before she and Ty had found her, but Cassidy could only imagine it was horrible. Annabeth and her parents had been abducted and held on a boat. With the help of a few friends, Ty and Cassidy made sure that Annabeth was safe here on the island after they'd discovered her washed up on shore, cold and alone. Though the person behind the crimes against Annabeth's family had been apprehended, Cassidy knew others were involved. Ty's colleagues rotated shifts and stationed themselves outside the house each night to ensure the bad guys didn't return. She wasn't sure what these people's endgame was, or what they hoped to get out of the situation. But something was going on here. Something dark. Something twisted. Cassidy stepped outside to get some fresh air. It was spring, and the weather was as moody as a woman going through menopause. One moment, the skies were nice and the temperature balmy. The next, the atmosphere turned stormy and the breeze cool. Dark clouds could pop up at any moment, as could the sun. Right now, it was bright outside, but the breeze felt unseasonably sharp. No doubt, a new weather system was brewing in the distance. They always did around Lantern Beach.